Hello, and welcome to a very much anticipated episode of Sex with Girls. I am your host, Leela Fry, with my wonderful co host, the coolest motherfucker I know, JP Fury.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? We back, ready to be politically incorrect or correct.
Um, it's been a while. We've been on a little bit of a hiatus. I'm back at my rec center, and that's draining, and I hate I don't hate it, but it's
Yeah, don't hate
changed
it, you
this
love it.
year. So, but we're here now.
Yep. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Definitely,
Um,
definitely.
couple of things have happened, right? There was a release of a certain mixtape,
Oh yeah. Mhm. Oh, we
Rainbows and
flow.
Chocolate. You want to talk about that a little bit?
I'm down. I'm down. What's tonight's show gonna be about?
Well, I think you should talk about your damn mixtape first because we
Oh,
promoted it.
okay. Yeah, that's true. Um, Hi everybody, this is JP, frontman from the Gangsta Like Claire. You may know me from other shows on I Mean Television, such as Gangsta Like Web Show and Whiskey Sours, and soon wrestling, wrestling something, starring Rich Mancuso, which will probably be on television. So keep a lookout if you live in the New York area. Um, yeah, so we put out a mixtape. I front a rap group band's writing team called the Gangsta Like Clan. And we recently put out a mixtape called Rainbows and Chocolate. It's really dope, and if you want to listen to it, you can go to glcbeats.com and just click on our music, or you can go to our SoundCloud, which is soundcloud.com slash gangsta like Claire. I'll put it right down here in the little doobly-doo so you can see it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you want more new videos and more sex with girls, and if you want to see naked pictures of Iggy Azalea, because we got them.
Okay. I haven't seen those yet. I guess I have to subscribe.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got them, and I will send them, and they are glorious,
Oh, Jesus.
fucking glorious. God damn that woman. Mm. Yeah.
Do you think it's real? Do you think the booty real?
The booty I think is real.
You know,
When you
I saw one picture from like 2007 or 2008. The booty didn't look that big, but it's the only photo I've ever seen,
yeah.
like where the booty didn't look big. So it could have been the angle.
Well, here's the thing. Like if I can touch it, it's real to me.
Okay.
The way I see it, and it looks like it's very touchable. It's Crazy Horse or Crazy Stallion. Mm.
Oh
Mm.
damn. All right, let's get into the show, and then we'll get into a couple other things that I'm damning about.
Okay.
So on tonight's show, it's Delusions of Grandeur,
Hmm.
and we're going to be talking about delusional friends, I guess, people or women or men
Oh
who
yeah, I
think
got some things.
think that they're the shit. Is it that they think everyone wants them?
Yep.
Everyone just they're God's gift to the opposite sex, or maybe the same sex. You know?
Yeah. Well, all I know is I'm God's gift to music. Because I have it tatted on my arm. And that's probably the only time that any of you motherfuckers are ever gonna see any of my tattoos unless you come see me in person. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, these women, excuse me, forgot this is not my show. These women be
Some of them are
thinking,
bitches. It's all right.
huh?
Some of them
No,
are bitches.
okay, all right. So these bitches in which I speak of, um, they are not only are they full of shit, but they're also full of themselves, and I don't think that it's cool. Um, mm. Before I start destroying our female viewers, let's just start with like the can we start with like some of the questions that we have, because I don't want to start right off the bat like bitch, let me tell you something. Like I want to kind of like do a little bit of educational stuff.
Sure, sure.
So I have a question. And I could go first or you, it doesn't matter. Um, what are some delusions that you have? They don't necessarily have to be delusions of grandeur. They could just be regular old delusions that you yourself know are delusions, but still choose to believe in.
Oh man, this is difficult because I'm kind of crazy. Um, I I have a very strong intuition. Like I know that they say like oh women's intuition or whatever, but and I half believe some of this nonsense like Myers-Briggs scale and all this other stuff. I'm a very intuitive person, probably more than the average person that you know. And so sometimes that leads me to delusions because I'll be right on about A, B, C, and D, and then once you're right and you're right and you're right and you're right, and then you start feeling like I don't know. I guess I'm a self-centered individual, and so it's more of like paranoia, like panic, where I'm just like, oh my god, those complete strangers on the platform on the train are totally fucking talking about me, or like just delusions of like that, where like I feel like people are judging me, and they probably don't even fucking know I exist. But I guess it's because
Mhm.
I am not judging, but just always so like alert or aware of my surroundings, and I like to people watch, and I pick up on vibes and body language that I guess I feel that people are doing it to me when they probably are not.
Okay. I think for me, one of the biggest delusions that I have is that I am not at all attractive to most women of the opposite sex. Like, I mean, as arrogant and as cocky as I appear to be on a lot of like our shows and like a lot of like music and stuff like that, I'm really like a soft, pretty pink little princess on the inside, and a lot like you. Well, not like a lot like you because you didn't say that, but like what I'm saying is like I feel ugly like a lot, like, and I'm always very self conscious about that even though I have all the fucking confidence in the world, I just feel really self-conscious about the way that I look. And it's so funny because when I'm at the rec center, um, I at least get approached by at least one female a day. Whether I'm attracted to her or not, I at least get approached by one female a day that like genuinely shows interest or tells me that I'm cute. Like, oh, so cute. But I look at that as like me just being some silly little boy. I'll give you a quick example. The other day at the rec center, um, as everybody knows, rest in peace to my dad, sweet daddy. He passed away a couple of weeks ago, and his funeral was this past weekend. So I needed to get a hat in order to wear because I couldn't wear this arrogant ass hat at my dad's funeral. So I needed to get like a nice hat. So I had to go across to the J.C. Penney to get one, which is a J.C. Penney across from the rec center, and like, but the whole day I just had this weird vibe. Like these old women were like flirting with me. So I go inside the mall where the JC Penney is at, and as soon as I walk in, immediately, like yeah, I was shaving and I had on regular clothes. This lady had to have been about 50 something years old. Yo, I fucked the shit out of me. It was crazy. Like, it's like I just walk into the mall and she's walking like out of the mall, and then she's like a 50-year-old white lady with a body and a half, and then she like looks me up, down, smiles, bites her lip, and as she passes me, she's like, and I was just like, what? That's OD, and she did the whole little saunter and then the look back, and because I was looking back, definitely, I want to see what that ass do. And like, she looked back, and then she fucking winked, and I was like, oh my, like that's incredible. And they're like, but I never, when shit like that happens, I'm like oblivious to it. So I have these weird delusions that I'm an ugly motherfucker, even though like people tell me all the time, you're a very handsome young man. Like, I just don't see it because his big ass fucking nose. which I found out is the origin where it came from. So I met my grandfather, so it was dope. Mm. Do you have any delusions of grandeur, like any like ways that you see yourself as larger than life or better or anything like that, like Hasidity bougie, however you want to put it?
Well, I mean, I guess it goes back to just my general delusion of just like anytime I'm anywhere, like eyes are on me, or someone's making a comment, or judging. I don't know. Like, I'm not that fucking important for like a stranger on the train to give two shits about me, but then I still get self-conscious, you know?
I dig.
I guess that would be the thing, is that I guess maybe you feel like you're more important in people's lives than you actually are. Um, I guess another thing that I'm definitely guilty of is when people start throwing subs on social media, and then I saw a meme about this recently, and then like the shoe kind of fits, and then you're like, oh no, this bitch is not talking about me, or you know, whatever, and then it turns out that their fucking, you know, social media sub has nothing to do with you at all, but you just feel like it's about you.
I've definitely been accused of that. The thing with me is that I try not to throw subs at people, but some people, you don't want to burn a bridge over something fucking stupid.
Yeah.
So sometimes you put it up there. I'll give one example of something that I said. A couple months back, two friends of mine were getting married, and a whole controversy happened with that. And I took to social media, and not I didn't I mean I guess indirectly they could take it as it was something towards them, but it was more as just me saying something about how I feel in general, about how people in my circle treat me sometimes. um I often feel like because of the person that I was a couple of years ago, nobody in our inner circle lets me, like, like, they don't see past that. They don't see the change. I'm always gonna be that super asshole motherfucker that don't give a fuck about nobody. I mean, clearly I've fucking changed. Like, I used to not give a fuck about none of y'all motherfuckers. And like, it took me almost losing everybody to see that I needed to change, and then I did. But there's people in our circle that I don't necessarily hang out with all the time that still see me as that evil motherfucker, though I'm not. So I put something on Facebook talking about, it really hurts when people you love and trust, like, they don't forgive and they don't fucking forget. And I guess one of them took offense to that. One of the people that got married, and it blew up. It blew up even more. When in actuality, I was talking about the person who caused all the drama in the first place, as opposed to the two people who thought I was talking about them.
Yeah.
And it just escalated. So I feel like you shouldn't assume, because when you assume, you can go fuck yourself. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's how I am. Um, I definitely have a delusion of grandeur. I think that when it comes to music, I think I'm the only person that knows what they're talking about. I feel like in my life and in my head, I'm the only person that honestly knows music. Um, because I've had some moderate success doing music from the moment that I fucking started. So I think that I'm the shit. There's nothing that nobody can say to me to tell me that I am not the greatest of all time. I'm the dopest rapper. I'm the dopest singer. I'm the dopest beat maker. I'm the dopest songwriter. I'm the dopest everything. However, I know that I'm not. Because there's at
Oh,
least
could have me years of throwing garbage cans in the city because not winning competitions.
see, and the funny shit. The funny shit about that what you're saying is that when that happened, I I didn't realize that I wasn't the dopest. I genuinely thought that I was the greatest shit since sliced bread.
Oh, I
Like,
think you still think that. I think that you say that you don't think that, or that you don't believe it, but I think you believe it.
I do. I am. I'm the dopest. Um, but I will say I know that there are people out there that are better than me. The reason that I think that I'm the dopest and that I try to put out that air that I'm the dopest is because I feel that if you don't think you're the dopest, then why should anybody else? You know what I mean? But I'm fully aware of the people that are around me that can play instruments better than I can, that can arrange a song, but well, I don't know about arrange a song, but can play instruments better than I can, that can write rhymes better than I can, it's on level with me. Um, like I don't know. There are a lot of people out there who are on par with how I feel about myself and who are better. But the reason that I think that I'm better is because I'm different. It's not because I know more than anybody, not because I studied more than anybody. It's just because I'm different. I look at the world through a very weird lens. I'm very much a realist, but I feel that in my heart, I know how to manipulate any situation, and I try to use that approach when I go into music. So every song could be about meet a bitch, fuck a bitch, love a bitch, dump a bitch, cry over a bitch. But I'm gonna find a million different fucking ways to say it in some clever shit, you know? That's just how I am. Mm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You jump on to
Um.
the next
What?
one. So you jump on to the next one.
Okay. So I'm over here reading.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. We are. All right. So. All right. So. And I think I kind of have the answer to this already. But
You
can
got the answer, Sweat?
I do to life 42. Um. Uh. Okay. Delusional behavior. Can it be good sometimes?
I think we
Um.
just answered that though.
Yeah, yeah, I think it can exactly what you said. If you don't think that you're the shit, then why should anyone else? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's good in a sense. It can actually go into like this whole thing of like, all right, we're gonna derail a little bit. What about all these like internet famous, like Twitter famous, Instagram famous people who like their whole lives are like they're internet celebrities. They're great online, and then they have no friends in real life, or like they just go online to feed that need for attention and love, and people give it to them, but then in the real world, you know, they ain't really shit.
I think I think I think girls are more guilty of that than guys. Honestly. Uh because girls are sexy and a lot of times I don't want to. All right, because I don't. All right, I'm sorry, Lady Assassin. You know who you are. I have to use you as an example. Um, Yet just yesterday, a friend of ours, friend to the show actually, back when we were a podcast, person who used to participate in the lady pool all the time. Um, a friend of ours, like, she posts on social media a lot of like, ugh, I'm so beautiful. Like, she doesn't say shit like I'm so beautiful, but it's more like, ugh, all these dudes, they're all over me. These thirsty ass niggas. I got a man and da 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 da. Shit like, what was one of the statuses she said the other day? Bro, if your girlfriend tells you to delete me, then just delete me. It doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? Like, the air of arrogance that you have to like have to post something like that on social network is astounding. And I don't see a lot of niggas doing that. And at least in that vein, like, oh, all these bitches are all over me. Woe is me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't see a lot of niggas doing that. That's like a uniquely female thing. Another one of my friends who I love dearly. Like I love this girl so much that I want to shout out her name. But we're not on that level that I can have a personal conversation with her. But I love this girl dearly. So she knows that I'm talking about her. I'll say she's an Albanian female. Now she's built like a motherfucking
I know who you're talking.
thoroughbred. Yeah, she's built like a fucking thoroughbred, and she has a beautiful face. You know, like she's built like, and I know she's probably gonna like fucking spit in my eyes because I said she built like a thoroughbred, but she's built like a Mustang car. I don't know. She's fucking built. You know what I mean? Like, and she posts a lot of shit like that has that air of arrogance to it. That dude, like, she posted something on Facebook. I don't want to say the exact status because we have a lot of mutual friends. But she posted something on Facebook that I just so happened to catch because she deleted it like 2 seconds later. I just read it and I was like, yo, not every nigga in the world wants to fuck you, B. But she I guess she realized that and deleted it. However, Lady Assassin, like, she'll let that shit rock. And like, she'll get 50 likes on that and then post a bikini pic and get 50 likes on that. And I have a serious fucking problem with that. Now, I tend to feel some kind of way when girls like her post shit like that because I always go to her for 2 things. Either I'm going to you because I consider you an expert on one of the topics that I only consider 2 other people, and that's Chin and Brizzle. They're experts in, and I don't know that part of the culture, so I always go to her. But it's not like I always go to her first. Like, I always send all 3 of them the same fucking message, and I assess whatever all 3 of them say to me. The only other thing that I go to her for is for opportunities to use her beauty. Photo shoots, videos, hell, even these web shows. And she always shuts me down. Always. Well, she always says yes, and then shuts it down hours beforehand or days beforehand or whatever. And, like, I really have this weird feeling that she thinks that I want to get in her pants. But I don't want to be that nigga that outright comes and says, like, bitch, don't nobody want to fuck you. I just want to use your beauty to my advantage. But that's rude. You can't say that. So how do you feel about girls that do that? I can't even say that you do that, honestly. And you know I fucking would. If I felt like you did that, I would fucking say you do that. But I honestly can't even feel like you do that. You post boring ass pictures on Facebook to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm pretty boring on Facebook. One, because like my MySpace days are over. Like, like that shit that I was doing 10 years ago. On top of the fact that I have lots of family on Facebook. So don't really want to post any of that shit. But if you add me on Instagram at like Technicolor, right? Okay, I kind of Instagram honey a little bit on there, but not really that much. But no, I agree with you that shit is annoying to me. Yeah, when people are just like, oh, everybody wants me. Why, like, all these people are on me. God, can't they just leave me alone and just be gorgeous? And then, like, you are constantly posting, like, thirst traps. Like, you can't have it both ways. Like, you either want the attention and then, I mean, that shit kind of annoys me, too, when people are just like, God, I'm so gorgeous and everybody loves me, and I know that everyone loves me because I'm gorgeous. But that's almost better than just, like, here's a gorgeous photo of me, and then it's, how dare you point out how great I look in this photo.
Like, if you got it, flaunt it, make all the boys want it, but don't complain when I try to get up on it, you know?
I mean, people should still be respectful. I mean, we're friends, right? And so, like, I can use, like, certain language around you and people like that. I'd be like, oh, that bitch looks banging, da-da-da. But if it's, like, a Facebook friend that you don't really know like that, or some kind of social media friend that you don't really know like that, I mean, they should still be respectful. Just because you're posting a photo in a bikini doesn't mean that you want to fuck everyone or that you want everyone to fuck you.
I just think that they like the compliments. They like the attention.
Yeah, I think people like attention and compliments, definitely.
Now, is there anything wrong with that? Do you feel?
No, not really. I mean, as long, you know what I don't like? I don't like the girl who posts the thirst trap and then, like, goes and shouts out when, like, dudes that they don't like or dudes that they find are creeps, like, and then they blast them for it, you know? Like,
People do that?
Yeah, people do that. Like they'll post a photo and then like the next thing you know, it's like a screenshot of somebody's thirsty ass comment with like their username and shit. Like chill. You don't need to do that. You don't need to use like get attention to blast people.
Now, is it wrong if I call those niggas out as just a dude friend? Because I do that.
I no, not really. It's not wrong. I mean, if somebody's coming at you like OD disrespectful, yeah, that's one thing. But don't be a fucking internet gangster either. Like blowing up my fucking photo with like a billion notifications because you arguing with somebody who likes my tits. Like after a while, just like let it go.
Yeah, but see, that shit just, it bothers me because, like, it's social media. It's like everybody can see that shit. And I'm like, and you over there being a creepy ass nigga, like, we've done multiple shows on creepy ass fucking people. And I just don't like creepy people. Like if you're gonna like a picture, that's fine. But when Shorty puts up a picture every 10 minutes and then all the likes, like not all the likes, but you like every single one of them, like that's thirsty, my nigga. Like that's creepy too. Like you shouldn't fucking do that. Like what the fuck is wrong with you in your head? You think that if you like every picture, she's gonna let you fuck, or she's gonna now know that you wanna fuck, thus opening the possibility of fuck? Like fuck out of here. That's not how that shit work, you know? So when I see niggas doing it, especially my niggas. If you one of my niggas, you are not allowed to be a thirsty ass nigga, cause I will fucking call you out on it. Like on social media, you can be a thirsty ass nigga when we talking and kikiing and spilling tea, but you can't be a thirsty ass nigga like in public. That just don't work.
All right, I feel you. I guess the last thing I'm gonna say about that is that if comments that I really do find like disrespectful or annoying, I just delete myself. I just fucking block that person.
I feel you. I feel you. That's all you gotta do. Just block that person, delete it. But some girls like the attention, so fuck it. You know. All right. Well, next up. Oh, I'm supposed to tell a story. I I don't want to tell this story anymore.
Oh,
um, um, oh, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. I'll tell it. Fuck it. Cause fuck her. Recently, there's been a young lady in my life, and this is something you can give me advice on. Recently, there's been a young lady in my life that she's very flip floppy. She's two sided. You know, there's duality to her personality. Um, we met, and one of my other niggas was trying to kick it, but she wasted my time. She wasted time. She's dick tease, yada yada. Right? Okay, fine, fine and dandy. I don't give a fuck. Um, I tell him like, listen, if you don't jump at that, cause I feel like you kicking it wrong. So if you don't jump at that, my nigga, I'ma jump at that. He's like, yo, my nigga, go ahead and jump at that, man. I've moved on. I got something else. I'm like, all right, 99 bottles, take one down, pass it around. So I jump at that. Um,
damn it! You keep freezing. No, I don't know if you can hear me. Fuck, fuck, fuck. I don't know if the audience can hear you or.
well, the audience should definitely be able to hear me. Hold
Okay,
on. I
I
can
can
actually double
talk
check that
now.
real quick. I'm gonna finish the story.
Okay.
No, I'm double checking because we are live. I jump at that. Um, yeah, I was freezing. I think. Yeah, I was freezing. Yeah. Oh well. I'm back now. You can hear me good. I'm good.
I can hear you.
Okay. Cool. All right. So whatever. My boy was gonna. Long story long. Intro short. My boy was gonna jump at that. He didn't jump at that because I felt like he was kicking it wrong, so I jumped at that. You got that?
Mhm.
Okay. So, um, immediately after I start kicking it to her, she drops hints that I could get it and that she's with it, and she also dropped provisions in which cases I can get it, like scenarios in which cases I can get it. Now I'm thinking to myself, okay, cool. So that means you with it, because you don't tell a nigga all you got to do is slip me a little something to drink and we can get it popping. That's not telling the nigga no, it's not gonna happen. That's telling the nigga it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Um, so as the days and the weeks passed by, I ended up meeting these two very lovely young ladies from another country. We hit it off very well, and on the last day before they went back home, they came to see me at the rec center, and the young lady also came to see me at the rec center at the same time. So while I'm kicking it to one of these young ladies from another country, the lady who I've been kicking it to show up. What is I to do? So but there was no, like, it wasn't like I was tongue down the throat and I got caught. It was literally standing there talking, a little close, but talking. And she come through and she's like, so excuse me, who was this? And I'm like, oh, yada yada, this is so and so. And she's like, oh, well, what's going on here? And I'm like, oh, don't worry, they're from another country. They're leaving, tomorrow. Don't you worry about that. And she's like, oh, all right. And they're like, yeah, no, we just talking. It's all good. Who's this? Is this your girl? I'm like, no, it's not my girl. And she's just giving this, like, protective vibe, like, come here, come here. And she didn't leave until they left. So she made it awkward, and she left. They left. So then, I stuck with her or whatever, and then we continued to talk or whatever, and we would always talk about sex and this, that, and the third. Fast forward to a couple days later, she tells my man Sour's girlfriend that she was gonna give me some pussy. Basically, she's like, "Oh yeah, he can get it, yada yada yada." Oh, I'll let you eat my pussy, this, that, and the third. Oh, we're gonna see if you let me fuck, if I let you eat my pussy or whatever, And I'm like, all right, whatever, haha, we keep keying, and you know, then when we go to the rec center and be around the boys, she's like, oh, but you like my brother, Jay. You can't, nah, you never gonna get it. You never gonna get it. And then we walk away alone, and she's like, you could get it. I mean, anything could happen. I'm just saying, if you come through. And I'm like, cool. So we go eat, and we come back, and we around the boys, and all the boys is like, yo, ma, if Jay can't get it. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, Kool-Aid. And she's like, oh, what you calling Kool-Aid, Jay? You can't get it, da-da-da-da. And this goes on for days, up until like 2 days ago, where a young lady who also plays on the team at the rec center came to visit me at the job, and I come out of the rec center to give the young lady a kiss, and then the young lady is like, excuse me, hold on, who are you kissing in front of me? You ain't even introduced me, this a friend or something? And I'm like, whoa, chill out, like, this is my girlfriend. I say about the fellow teammate at the rec center. I'm like, yo, like, shorty, this is my girlfriend. And then the girl is like, oh, okay, all right. Well, and then then the girl plays it up too, and the girl is like, yeah, so who is this? Like, pointing to the other chick. And then I'm like, oh, so-and-so, this is my girlfriend. And she's like, what? Like, the girl who I said was my girlfriend. And she realized what was going on. She's like, oh, okay, you were just kidding. And I was like, yeah, everybody's just kidding around here. Now we're in this state of limbo, and I think that when I did that to get me jealous, she jumped, the chick that I met, jumped to another nigga at the rec center already. So I'm like, fuck it, baby, pimp don't cry about bitches. But I'm like, should I even associate with this young lady anymore? Should I even talk to her? Like, hi and bye her? Like, how should I handle it?
Hi and bye, but why the fuck you playing games for? Like,
stupid games.
Like, I hate that shit. Like, it's one thing that you want to keep, like, an air of classiness, right? So I can understand her, like, maybe telling Sal's girl because it's a woman thing, but then like around the boys, like trying to play it off like no, 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 you ain't getting nothing. But that bitch, like, that's just some like bipolar ass games. And I take mental health very seriously. I don't mean to offend anybody who is actually bipolar, but come on, like, you can't do that shit.
Yeah,
Oh no, she just seems like. Oh, the thing is that like I feel like I know who you're. Like I don't know her, but I know her face because of your Facebook. I think.
yeah.
And so like now I feel bad
Sister Bay. My
because,
sister Bay.
bitch sound crazy.
Yeah, bitch cray. Bitch cray. But like, here's the thing. Here's like, a couple days ago, before the whole like, oh, this is how you gonna treat me, that's your girlfriend, so I'm gonna jump to the next nigga. She told everybody at the rec center, like, we were talking, and, you know, like, we're talking privately, but, you know, everybody's around. You can hear it. Everybody's just chilling. We're close, you know? So she says in front of everybody, shit, you bring me a little bit of liquor, and I'll suck your dick all night. Let's go get some liquor. And I'm like, oh! Everybody's like, oh! But then, like, the next day, it's like, you my brother. I'm going to move on to my nigga Simba over here. You know, because he's African. So I'm like, you go ahead and you get your fucking African herpes or you know, Ebola or whatever they eat over there. And yeah, but I don't even want to deal with her.
Yeah, I mean, everybody. If you're gonna have sex, right? We're not here to slut shame anybody. So maybe she just finds multiple people at the rec center attractive, and she wants to smash all of them, and that's okay. But let that be known. Don't play these flip-floppy games of just like, today I'm going to smash you, nah. Tomorrow you my brother because I want to smash Harold.
Yeah.
You know, like, just put it out there and just say, like, this is what it is. And always wear a condom.
Always. Ah, yeah, he slipped it in. Unintended. All right. Is there anything going on in your life in particular that you want to kind of rant about, you know, as the host of Girls, Sex with Girls?
So, several things, right? I guess this is kind of a girl rant. Earlier you made
Girl rant. All right.
And you were like, hey, can you perhaps move the camera up because I can only see half your head? And I was just like, why do we need to move the camera up? It's fine. Well, I am trying to be a more frugal woman, so I have gone into like doing my own hair at home. Like I invested in a hooded dryer and like big ass rollers and like shit that I used to go to the salon and pay for, I do myself. I've learned how to do that. I like doing my own manicures at home, and like my nails are really nice and being taken care of. Like I'm trying to save money. So I also went to cut my own bangs. That was a disaster. And now there are no bangs to be shown, which I look very nice in bangs, but that's why you can only see half my head. So
Okay,
part of the
makes
girl rant
sense.
today is the can you only see half my head? Hold on. Or have you been seeing all the head? Basically, I have like really uneven bangs, and they look terrible, and I had to clip them back. And even then, it's like not that great. So today's go rant is trying to save money by doing that shit yourself at home, and then realizing why you pay people to do that shit for you.
Straight up.
On top of that, I see that you're over here smoking cloves and you're drinking your wild stallion, right? A
Crazy stallion.
crazy horse. What is it called?
Crazy stallion.
Crazy stallion, crazy town, crazy horse, wild stallion, black beauty stallion, whatever.
Black dragon.
I am not drinking anything. One, because I forgot my coffee. Two, because my smart water is in my purse in my hallway somewhere. And three, because I am abstaining from alcohol.
Ooh.
Which, when we started this show, it was all about, like, honestly, like, it was about getting drunk and talking to you. And talking to the internet. And now I'm trying to abstain from alcohol. And I would say that the last drink I had was maybe the last time we filmed. It might have been after that. It was probably after that.
Definitely.
I was at a mixer at my rec center, and I realized that throughout this mixer, I was probably on like my fourth or fifth glass of wine before I felt comfortable enough to talk openly with my colleagues. And I hold my own every time. Like I can pretty much drink like a fish around anyone and be okay. But the majority of my colleagues were like on their first or second glass of wine, and I realized that like this is not a good look for me. I need to slow down. I wasn't like I didn't feel drunk or anything. I wasn't acting foolish. But I know that people take notice, or maybe I'm doing that thing where I think everyone's paying attention to me when they're not.
That's a
But
callback.
I was just like, this is not a good look. All my colleagues are on their first or second glass of wine. Everyone's talking. I'm over here, like, throwing them back and then finally talking to you. So I think abstaining from alcohol is going to be interesting. Only for, like, 2 or 3 months. I'm just waiting for coquito season, and then I'm going to make me some coquito, and then I'm going to drink that shit probably every day until February, and then try to abstain again.
Okay. Um, it's a pretty heavy subject. Um, I think I could benefit from. Thus concludes Girl Rant, or am I?
Uh, I guess that concludes Girl Rant, but I kind of want to talk to you about this. But
Okay.
yeah, I
All
guess
right.
the rant part is over.
Well, yeah, because I see that we are scrapping one of our topics. So yeah, okay, let's do it. Um, Thus ends Girl Rant. Girl Rant. Girl Rant. All right. um, what was I saying? Oh yeah. It's a heavy subject. I have the gene to be an alcoholic, and I met my paternal grandfather for the first time this weekend, where I found out this is where this nose comes from. Um, and I was talking to him and confiding in him about my personal demons that I've had in the past, the ones that I got over, and the ones that I still kind of have. Obviously, anybody who watches not just this show, but anybody who watches all of our shows, they see like I drink a lot and I get wasted. Like it's something that I feel that I need to address. Because I don't really want to drink anymore, and I realize that drinking doesn't suppress the bad feelings. It makes me not give a fuck about them. Whereas weed makes me think about them and try to find logical explanations and reasoning out of them. Um, Drinking makes all my issues and problems, they intensify them and make me not forget, but like just I'm like, oh yeah, fuck it. Like let me just have another drink. If I drink, I don't fucking care, and then I'll just die. And not that I'm suicidal. I don't want people to think that. Like no, no, like that's very serious shit. If you're suicidal, you should honestly get help. But to the point where it's like I'm not depressed when I'm not drinking, and then when I start drinking, the more I drink, the more depressed I get, and I feel like that's a huge fucking problem in my life because I don't want to fucking drink anymore. I really don't want to, but I feel like I need to have a beer every day because that initial sip of that beer releases all the bullshit from the day, and no matter what happens, I need that. I don't give a fuck right now. And I need to figure out a way in which I could still keep my I don't give a fuck without the alcohol, you know? Like, see, when you did that, it made me feel mad Degrassi because I'm drinking. And I'm like, oh, damn it. She pulled the Ashley and Jimmy having a conversation talk like, really, Jimmy? Tell me all about it. I feel so bad for you, Jimmy. Like, I'm like, Ash, I don't want to be in a wheelchair. I just want to be a rapper. Like crazy. But yeah, I feel like I don't want to drink anymore. I feel like I've already been shot by Rick, you know?
Yeah.
Whenever I drink, I feel like that's when Rick gets me.
So
So
then,
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really found a alternative for it though.
Well,
Um,
why do you drink as a let me say this because I want to ask you this. As a beautiful female, as a female who, despite your social awkwardness at times, um, you don't need to drink necessarily to have people intrigued by you. Your physical appearance in and of itself makes people intrigued because you're a beautiful girl, and like when you put on glasses you seem like the nerdy dirty sexy flirty chick. You seem like really smart. Not to say that you know what I mean when I say that. Like you throw on a pair of glasses and everybody sees like the chick who takes the glasses off, beautiful like scientist, beautiful scientist. Like that's you. Like, so you don't need to drink. But why do you think you do? Because I have a suspicion that you like girls who are like you, girls who are in your tribe, so to speak, have the same drink for the same reasons. You dig what I'm saying? So why is it that you drink?
Honestly, I drink to be able to be comfortable enough to talk to people.
Hmm.
In social settings, if it's just like game night or our friends, then that doesn't matter. But I drink because I have a lot of anxious energy, and you can't smoke indoors, right? You can't smoke at bars. I mean, I only really smoke cigarettes now when I drink.
Hmm.
That's part of another reason, actually, why I tried to cut back, because I realized that when I was drinking, then I was smoking, and when I was smoking, then I was staining my teeth, and I'm like on this thing now where I'm like doing the teeth whitening thing, and yada yada, whatever, right?
Hmm.
So, but for the most part, yeah, I drink to have something to do when I'm out. I drink to have something in my hand. Do you get what I'm saying? Like something to keep you occupied,
Okay.
to channel that anxious, nervous energy.
Hmm.
Um,
It's to much like what I said. It's to get that sense of fuck it, I'm just gonna be me. You know what I mean? Like but on a different plane, like from a different aspect. Um, I see that we have one less viewer now because I guess we were getting a little bit too heavy. Maybe we should move from this subject, even though I think what we're doing is very educational. And I want to say, by no means are you an alcoholic because you are a social drinker. But I think that I have a problem. But that could also just be me being, you know, I don't know, me. I don't know how else to describe me. Just overanalyzing myself, I guess. But yeah. I definitely am an alcoholic because I can drink this shit whether I'm with somebody or not. That's what I guess I'm getting at.
okay. Yeah, I don't drink alone. Champagne, maybe. I was doing that, which I
Mm-hmm.
stopped. I was like waking up in the morning, like on the weekends, with like a bottle of champagne by my bed, and that was like the first thing I would drink. Um,
How many people that are gonna watch this and be like, "You pretentious pretty bitch"? Like not only are you like a good looking girl, but you have champagne like at your bedside, at your beck and call. Like you can just reach over and be like, "Yes, keeping it classy." Like you straight up. That's some Beyonce shit, though. Honestly.
but I was like drinking it like out the bottle, like listening to the Smiths. Like there's like no.
That's some Amy Winehouse shit. All right, so let's jump a little bit. I don't want to end like on a serious note. I mean, we got about like 10 to 15 minutes more left of the podcast, and I don't want to end on such a serious note. I'm looking at the format, which this show is dope because we break the fourth wall by telling you that we're looking at the format and we're kind of lost. But yeah, I'm looking at the format. I mean, we got double standards and provocation. We can talk about all this sex tape shit that's been going on, like the Fappening Part 3. We can talk about teen actions that lead to adult consequences. Anything you want to talk about, like to wrap it up? We got choices.
Um. Uh, there was something else that I wanted to talk about. All right, I don't know. Shit. Should I save it? Maybe I'll save it for its own show.
You sure?
Okay. Um. career driven or curve?
You
So
mean like in the butt?
no. I mean, like, it's kind of similar to your story about the female at the rec center who was just like, oh, I'm gonna give this to you, and then the next day it's like, nah, you bugging, and then it's like, oh yeah, we about to do this, and then now you bugging. So, women love men, or most women love men who are career driven, right? Like, isn't that part of being a man, like being the breadwinner? And we don't even need to worry about money at this point, but just like, yeah, I'm the man. Like, a lady's like a guy who works hard, right? But at what point is a man using his career as an excuse or as a curve to you? Do you get what I'm saying?
Well, when you say that, that's assuming that the man has an ulterior motive. Um, so, in essence, there's two ways to answer that, because some men do have an ulterior motive, and a lot of times that ulterior motive may be to commit to you, but that they're committing to you just so they can fuck you. You dig? Like, cause like free pussy is the greatest gift that God ever gave to mankind. Honestly, there's nothing like free pussy. Now, I'm the fucking son of a pimp. Okay, this is documented. Motherfucking, you can look it up. Go check records. I would say my dad's name, but I ain't trying to blow up his government, even though he passed and he in heaven. He laughing at these niggas, but I'm the son of a pimp. You see this ring? I could tell you a story, but I ain't, because the game is to be sold and not to be told. Um, Free pussy is a godsend. Okay?
But
Like,
are you ever just too fucking busy with your job for free pussy?
if you see that there are red flags that are attached to said free pussy, then you do what you can to get the pussy, but you ain't worried about it. Because there's red flags. If there's red flags, like a red flag, it could be anything. But what it always registers as to a nigga, like subconsciously, is bitch got AIDS. And like, you know what I mean? She got like that special rogue X-Men mutant AIDS that like if you touch a bitch, like you gonna get AIDS. You know, like that's not what we thinking. Even if the major red flag is like, well, she got a crazy baby daddy. Like I've been shout out to Erica, not my ex-girlfriend Erica, whose kayfabe name is Erica. Um, but yeah, shout out to her. If she got a scary ass baby daddy, that's a red flag. Sometimes like you could get past that red flag because like even though scary ass baby daddy think he's scary, you could whoop his ass because all he knows is sexy dance fighting. Breadcrumbs. Always gotta leave breadcrumbs. But it's like that's how it registers. It registers as AIDS. It registers as herpes. It registers as disease. All the bad shit in the world happening to you and only you. This bitch is a succubus. Now,
Okay, now what if it's not even about STDs?
no, it's never. It doesn't have to be about STDs, but it's always about STDs. Everybody got AIDS and shit. It's the 90s. It doesn't have to be. It could be about like, oh, this bitch got fucked up teeth, but like in your brain and your dick is telling you, nah, this bitch got AIDS. You know, this bitch
Yeah.
got rabies. You know, like, so it doesn't have to be about STDs. It could just be like, there's red flags. Like, one red flag is cool. Two red flags, I'm going to try to beat at least once. Three red flags, I'm gonna like, kiss her and try to change, like, try to make her realize that I'm not crazy. Four red flags, fuck it, bitch, you done.
Okay. Let's say that you piped and dipped, and now
Mhm.
you're using your career as the excuse. You obviously don't think that she's STD ridden or riddled, right?
No,
Because
well, that's the other thing. It's like if your career is there, you have to think about your career all the way around. Be it in the entertainment world, in the business world, hell, in the upper levels of the food industry. Appearances are everything, and keeping up appearances is everything. So if you're gonna make the plunge in something and you're absolutely serious about your career, not your fucking job, you need to marry right. You need to keep your fucking nose clean. And if you see a red flag, You can't keep your nose clean with a red flag. You just can't. You can't. You know what I mean? You need to keep your fucking head low until you that nigga. When you the big homie, then you can raise your head up high and go and date a skank or fucking like date a church girl or just fucking fuck bitches with nothing but red flags. Fuck bitches that are made out of red flags. Fuck bitches from China where there's a red flag. Like, you know what I mean? Like, do whatever you do. Communist bitches, red flag, all that. Like, but if you're serious about your career, you have to be mindful of that at all times, no matter what, no matter who you are. If it's your job, fuck that. These niggas at McDonald's don't give a fuck who you dating. You know what I mean? But if that's your career and you trying to be like Johnny William H. McDonald's, then like you got to be mindful of that. You only marrying bitches that came through the Ronald McDonald House and so on and so forth. You know?
Okay. Think I don't want to give away this person's story too much because I
don't.
If they're watching.
We have a whole week to think about it.
Yeah. We'll come back to this. We'll come back to the career or curve.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let me ask you something similar. Like, how much should a man care about, like, where a woman works?
Well, it depends. What do you mean? What do you mean about where she works? Because no judgment zone.
Not a porn star.
There's a difference between like barista, stripper.
Yeah, no, nothing, nothing and coincidentally, it happened to be both. But nothing in the adult world. I mean, straight up with everything else.
It really depends on the guy. Like, if you guys are gonna be in a committed relationship and really make it work, and you're thinking about marriage or whatever, then I guess you should probably care where she's working, because if you expect her to, excuse me, contribute, then I guess you don't, a minimum wage job is not gonna cut it. As far as like a status symbol, like, what are some jobs that I feel like I've dated guys with no jobs. I've dated guys who are entertainers, musicians and whatnot.
Yep.
And I've had, guys who are just regular dudes. Like, they go to their minimum wage job. I've also, dated tattoo artists. Like, I feel like I've dated people from all different walks of life, and I've never been ashamed of anybody's job. Or like
now for a man, do you think that a man should care if a woman because all right, if she has a job, dope, especially a job where there's not a lot of thirsty dudes around. But to me, if she has a job, that's dope. Should a man really care if she has no job?
Well, it depends on the type of girl you want to be with. Are you confident with being the one that pays for everything? Do you want a stay-at-home wife or eventually a stay-at-home mom? It really depends on the individual. I've pretty much always worked. I'm one of those people who I feel like shit if I don't work. I feel like it's a very a background, I want to say like a macho Hispanic thing, and that's going to be too deep for this anyway, but I've always kind of had that instilled in me. Like, I looked up to my grandfather and my uncles, and so I have a very Latino macho mindset where it's just like a hard worker is a good, honest person, and you should always work hard. I don't feel like I would be the kind of person who could stay at home and not make money for myself, depend on someone else completely.
Now, what if he wants you to stay at home and depend on him?
If he wants me to stay at home, I still have to do something. I have to be doing something. Then I have to, excuse me, I have to be going to take classes or in a technical school. I have to be doing something. But ideally, unless it's a guy that's making tons and tons and tons of money. I want to have my own money. I want to be able to say that's my shit. I bought it. Whatever.
Now, this is a topic that I wanted to discuss on Sex with Girls, but I totally forgot about it until now. But we're going to do a little preview for next week's show. Real quick, just quick thoughts off the top of the dome, freestyle. What do you think if the dude just wants you to come through, have sex, and that's it? You don't got to do nothing. Anything you need, you got. Whatever. I can get it for you because I'm your man. But other than that, all I need from you, baby, is let me just have sex with you. So using you as a sex object within a personal relationship.
Well, then, are we in a relationship?
That's a very good question, which we'll answer next week. That was a dope freestyle. That was a dope freestyle. I like that. You almost up there with me. You almost up there with me with the bars. So that's a callback. So how about a haiku? Let's just fucking do this haiku, man. Let's fucking do it.
All right, what are we doing a haiku on?
It was Delusions of Grandeur. I think the thing that we spent the most time on this week was talk about these bitches that be out there putting it out on Front Street.
Yeah, about the, okay, so the internet honeys.
Internet honeys. Ooh, haiku about internet honeys. Okay. So you want 5, 7, and then we work on 5, or do you want 7? I'll take 5, and then you take 7, and then we work on 5.
I like it better when you start.
Okay. All right. Hand in the air, classic. Chill, bitch. I'm good. Dig. Gotta throw a dig in there always.
Okay. Catfish with the angle, boy.
Okay, so I do 3, you do 2?
Yeah, sure.
All right, I'm gonna set it up. I hope you knock it out the park. I'm gonna set it up. Oh, you mad? You got 2.
It's too easy to just be like, or nah. So there's my answer.
It's too easy to be or not. But I mean, that's perfect though.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Or you could be like, you mad? Question mark. You mad? You send it like that. But I think or not. I mean, that's perfect. Like, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Can we settle on that? Or you? I mean, if you want to be different, you know, I'm always down to be different.
No, I'm down with. In keeping with our internet theme, apparently, yeah.
It'll help boost views at the
Yeah.
very end of the video. So, what about if tonight's episode is called Delusions of Grandeur, ... or nah?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and then that way people will wait for the or nah moment. So, tonight's haiku is, was it bitch chill, bitch chill, I'm good, dig.
Okay, and then catfish with the angles, boy.
Okay, and then it was you mad or not. So, okay. So if you can piece that together, I'll probably write it down here somewhere. But like we said, GLCbeats.com, they sponsor us. That's the Gangster Like Claire. Please go check out that new mixtape, Rainbows and Chocolate. Download it. It's 100% free. I didn't mention that before. It's absolutely free. You don't even gotta do shit. Just go to soundcloud.com/gangsterlikeclaire. Scroll down, listen to all our songs, but click on the mixtape you want, or just click the playlist button or sets button, and just download the mixtape you want. It's all good. We got 3 mixtapes. Expeditions in the Avant-Garde are first, Dope Love are second, and the one that just came out, Rainbows and Chocolate, featuring the newest single, Park Bench, featuring Book P. Fury. Oh, also, let's not forget that Leela Fry herself sang on some songs for this.
Oh
So
yeah.
if you want to check that out,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I mean,
I was on
listen,
the cover of the last one too.
yeah, and you were on the cover of Dope Love. Yeah, it's true. And the front and the back cover,
Yeah.
as you cough violently. That's
God,
sexy.
I'm so fucking.
Yeah, but yeah, you were, and it was dope. So with that being said, I guess, yeah, this is the end of the show. You do the intro, I do the outro. So all I want to say is, I forgot what I say at the end of this show because it's been so long.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Eat butt.
Wear a condom.
There you go.